Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Power of Your Mind podcast. You're listening to episode 246, Harnessing the Power of the Law of Attraction. I'm Jim Kellner, comedy hypnotist. Victoria Gallagher, the host of the show, is the #1 best-selling author of The Practical Law of Attraction, The Ultimate Weight Loss Power, How to Manifest Your Soulmate, and the founder of course, HipTalk.com and HypnoCloud apps, the premier online destination for hypnosis recordings with over 500 recordings to choose from. HypnoCloud provides solutions for people from all walks of life, guided meditations, even affirmations and hypnotherapy to help with the law of attraction, manifestation, also business success, stress, anxiety, sleep issues, and so much more. So be sure to download it from the app stores. The goal of this show is to inspire you to dream big and to live your best life. As every week we discussed how to use manifesting, affirmations, meditation, and hypnosis to help people to create the life of their dreams. So if you're ready to start manifesting your best life, join us and let us tap into the power of your mind. Victoria.
Jim, hello. How are you?
Doing great. How are you today?
I am doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Talking
Good.
about my favorite things, helping to inspire the world with manifesting, hypnosis, law of attraction, all those wonderful things.
They all tie in, don't they?
They do. They absolutely do. It's all about the power of your mind, which is what this show is all about. And I have been creating some amazing meditations and affirmations and scripts for my new Believe app, which hopefully by now I can say with certainty is in the app stores, available for download, and it's a wonderful, wonderful app. It'll change your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and speaking of law of attraction, for those folks out there that may be tuning in for the first time, maybe they need a reminder. What is the law of attraction?
So a law of attraction, it states that whatever we focus on in our lives is what we are attracting in our lives. And it's just based on the idea that our thoughts create our reality, thoughts attract things, thoughts become things, positive thinking attracts positive things, negative thinking attracts negative things. And it's a universal law that's always in effect, whether we're consciously in touch with it, aware of it or not. And you can use it for getting what you want, or keep not using it and attract by default the things that you don't want.
Well, we're still using it, right?
Still using it,
we're using it with intention or not.
Exactly. Whether you believe in it,
Right.
Practice it intentionally or not,
Yeah.
it's why you have what you have, whatever it is, whether you're happy with the things you have, whether you're not happy with things you have, it's there because of the law of attraction.
I was just thinking of, we talk about affirmations, but I spent decades giving myself all kinds of negative affirmations. I don't know what the disformations or something. I don't know. Anyway, you're stupid, you're dumb, you can't do this, and all these things. So even people that aren't intentionally using this stuff, they are still probably giving themselves affirmations that aren't helpful.
Absolutely. No, affirmations is not synonymous with positivity. Most people think of positive affirmations, because that's what, we intend to do. But affirmations are just affirming something that you believe is true, or that you want to believe is true. So if you could be affirming things that people are affirming all the time the things that they don't want, and bringing more of the same the more they affirm it.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna berate yourself into being awesome,
No.
So how
This
does this
really
crazy?
sucks.
Yeah, exactly. My life sucks. My life sucks. Doesn't help much, does it?
Right. No, definitely not.
So we know there's a whole lot of universal truths, laws. How does the law of attraction work?
So the law of attraction works by focusing on, the thoughts, that the feelings, and preferably the positive ones,
Yeah.
um, that attract the experiences and the circumstances into your life. So it's not like, a lot of times, people will just think like the thoughts create the things. And, there's a process between those thoughts creating the things,
Mm.
it goes through a process of, the thoughts becoming the feelings, and the feelings ultimately are, what are, generating the positive experiences and the circumstances that you have in your life. Because, if you really think about it, like, you start off the day, however, what kind of mood you're in is going to set up what you're going to notice. What you're going to notice is what you're going to act upon and take advantage of. So it also works by creating an energy field of positive vibration that attracts these other similar energies into our life. I mean, have you ever noticed how you go into a room and you can feel the energy of the vibration that's in that room? Or
Mm.
you meet somebody and, that person is giving off an energy. They have an energy, they have a mood, they have a feeling, and you feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you come home and you see your wife, May, it's like sometimes she's in a good mood, sometimes she's in a bad mood, hopefully more of the time she's in a good mood. But based on, that feeling that she's giving off, whether, and so it's that feeling that's ultimately attracting other similar energies into our lives.
I have definitely met those people and been in those situations where you're just like, ugh, bad vibe. But also on the other side too, some of the people that I work with today, that I'm working on projects with, including you have this positive vibe. Um, not everybody's walking around with that, and maybe they're starting to notice that.
Yeah.
They're walking around with this negative vibe, and unfortunately, I think a lot of people that are there, they don't necessarily want to change. They don't even notice it. But if they are out there and they're going, you know what, I know I'm in a negative vibe, I'm in a bad place, what could they do maybe to kind of create that energy field of positive vibration that's going to attract the similar stuff, what they want, into their
Yeah.
life?
Well, it's a really good question. And I believe it all starts with awareness. If you're not aware, and a lot of people aren't aware of how negative their vibe is, before they become aware of it, they're just out there tossing out negative vibration, and no one wants to be around them, and they're not attracting good things to their life, and they're thinking negative things, and so they're just not even aware. So really just allowing yourself to be open and aware of yourself, I think, is really the first key. And one of the best ways I feel to get into that state of awareness is through meditation. When you go into a state of meditation, you are going to open yourself up to being able to see yourself, hear your thoughts. You're going to like hear that stream of thoughts, and you're going to notice, like, are my thoughts, generally more on the negative side, or are my thoughts generally more on, the did I say negative? Positive side. And, to meditate, it's just it's a way to really get in touch with that inner self, that inner energy, connect with yourself, and begin to just think about all the ways that you can attract more positive, energies into your life. It just gives you an opportunity through meditation to slow down, focus on your breath, relax your body, clear your mind. Um, Notice if you're thinking about any of the negative thoughts, and, shift your mind from those negative thoughts to the positive thoughts. And the more you're thinking the positive thoughts, the more your vibration is going to take on a similar quality to that. And, the other things that you can do to start to raise your vibration is is hang around with positive people. Hang around with the type of people who have the energy that you want. People rub off on each other. And so when, you're around positive people, you're going to if you can tolerate it, because like if you're in a negative vibe, sometimes those positive people bother you.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, that person's so weird, all
Yeah.
they do is like, talk about positive things or whatever,
Right.
but it's kind of, this is the same way too. Like when you are in a positive mindset, you kind of tend to not want to be around people as much, that are in that negative vibe. And so just putting yourself in an environment of positivity is just an instant state changer. Go take a 3-day seminar, of positivity, online, offline, wherever. You are going to lift your vibration. And another way to do it is just through really practicing being grateful for everything that you have in your life. And if you think that you don't have anything in your life, go take a walk through your whole house and just thank every single thing in your house. I mean, a TV, a couch, your coffee cup, your coffee pot, your shower, your bed, your pets, your desk, your lamps. Yeah, there's miracles all around you. And so if you allow yourself just to have that appreciation for all the good things, you focus on these positive things, you are going to be creating an energy field of positivity that's just, positive attracts positive and negative attracts negative.
Funny when you mentioned, I was thinking about, the fact that, as I look around, it's like there was a time when I got this right here. I was super excited to get this flashlight. So the next time the power went out, it's just sitting on my desk,
Now, why do you have that flashlight now?
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a time when I was, I really wanted this pack of gum, and I felt really excited about, very positive. But, it's easy to, like our TVs and stuff and our phones, and I wish I had a new one or something. But there was a time when you felt really good about that, felt very positive about it.
You
You get in
did.
touch with those.
It's almost like the anticipation of getting those things is more exciting, more, it's like, you're hopeful, you're optimistic. Oh, I'm going to buy this thing. I'm so excited to buy this thing. And then as soon as you have it, you just like lose all appreciation for it.
Victoria, I feel attacked.
That's the new expression lately. I've been hearing people say that. Oh, yeah. Like, I know what you mean.
I got this. I do this all the time. I have a box sitting on the coffee table right now. It's been there for about 5 days of some new microphones, some new lapel mic and all this, like really good stuff. And I've opened it and looked at it, but I haven't read the directions yet. And now it's just like, I'll get to it. But I was really excited.
Right.
The anticipation. I had to have it.
Look at all the clothes in your closet. Every single thing in there. At some point, you said, I have to have this. This looks good on me. I love this. Right. And then you go through your closet now. Especially if you're a woman, I think it's a rule, that you have to go in your closet and say, I have nothing to wear.
My wife, so many clothes. So, okay, anyway, I gotta keep those positive intentions. What's that?
I'll occasionally ask my husband to go in my closet. It's like, can you find something for me to wear? And he'll pick out this, and it's like, no, that is disgusting. He's like, well, why is it in here? It's funny. It's just, every single thing, in this house, in your, you bought that, you chose that. It's, you have it, be grateful for it, or just get rid of it.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. So, when we're thinking about, I know people have probably, heard law of attraction stuff from other places. People are always talking about this, intention setting
Yeah.
in law of attraction. We talked about it in the last episode, actually, about how I set my intention. So how can I be sure that the intention that I'm setting to manifest my desires is going to be as strong and effective as possible?
Yeah, that's a really good. Well, so I always like to start with like kind of making a list of all the things that you want to manifest and why. So just, really pick an area of your life, like really start with like, well, what area of my, and it's really, you have a few areas of your life. You've got your relationships, your finances, your career, your health, your spirituality. So where do you feel like you want to make that improvement? And then make a list of exactly what you want to manifest in that particular area and why. I think it really just kind of starts with that. From that list, I would pick one thing from that list that you're going to focus on until it happens. It's kind of like, we have this list of features that are going to be in the app. And so here's how my developers were doing things. And it was kind of bugging me a little bit. And I finally brought it to their attention. And, through like the process of manifestation, I really feel like they were able to kind of course correct a little bit. So they would start on a little feature and then maybe hit a little stumbling block with it. And then they start another feature, hit a little start another feature, we got like 10 unfinished features. Well,
Right.
so I'm like, look, we can't keep, we got to like focus on one
Yeah.
thing until it's done. And it's the same way with people in their manifestations. They start on one feature on that
Mhm.
list, and then they don't get success with it. And so then, they get this shiny new ball in their mind and say, oh, well, now I'm going to focus on this for a little while. And so then they'll focus on this for a little while, but then they don't get any success with that. And then they'll focus on this for a little while. And then they don't get any success with that. And before you know it, they've got 10 things that are opened, that they never really brought to fruition. And so then they come to the realization for themselves that, well, manifesting just doesn't work. Well, of course it works. It works, but you have to stick with it. So you've got to intention is more than just an idea that you're going to do something. It's like this has happened. Like I'm manifesting this. I'm committed to this. I'm staying focused on this until. And that's what focus is. Follow one course until success. And so you focus on it. You follow one course until success. You can use visualization, to really help you to see this all the way to fruition, which is going to help you to create that strong intention to manifest what you want. Taking action, continuing to take action, even in the face of when things don't look like they're happening. You got to continue to take action and move yourself closer to that desired outcome. Continuing to be mindful of the feelings and the thoughts and the beliefs that you're having. Staying open, to all the different possible ways that your desired outcome could, come to fruition. Sometimes it doesn't look like exactly how, it's not always in a straight line. Like things kind of tend to move up and down. And, but as long as the moving up and down is generally kind of starting to go in the right direction, you're moving in the right direction. And sometimes you just kind of have to let go. Like and when I say let go, that doesn't mean quit. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means like, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the intensity of my focus. Like sometimes you need to have very strong, intense focus at the very beginning. It's kind of like starting a car. It's like, you got to like have, but then you're kind then you can just kind of coast along a little bit. Um, and allow that initial intention just to, to push you, through, and allow yourself to be open to the guidance from the universe that's telling you like, oh, turn right, turn left, and allow it to just, to move you. You don't, it's like you are one with the universe. Your intention is the intention of the universe. And so you sometimes just kind of have to allow it, like a GPS system, to just guide you and move you toward your desired outcome.
Nice. I find that on a very practical level. Like I do like your app developers, I run into a problem, doing something just, like I said, just very practical. Like I've been working on I've been wanting to have an events page on my website for, years and years. And I keep trying one and it doesn't, and it's like a bunch of trouble. And so I just go, oh, I'll have to finish it later. And this last week, I just sat down and I said, I'm doing this. And I kept trying over and over. It took me like a total of 8 hours, but I finally did it and it's done. I don't have to think about it anymore. Such a good feeling.
Yes. It's so true. And like I find that with hiring people.
Mm.
I had
Girl, same.
yeah, I had that. So I was looking for a couple of virtual assistants last couple of weeks because, so we have this amazing admin panel that has all my content, but I don't, we also, one of the things that's kind of cool about my app is it has a unique feature where, we're going to make a recommendation to you based on how you want to feel and what your goal is. And the
Oh, nice.
union of these two selections that you go through are going to generate so for all 1,000 of my sessions, we've got to add those feelings to like,
Right.
how would this, so I needed an admin person to just log on, create it, and go on there. And it's like they would start working and then they would just flitter away, and it's like, where'd you go?
Yeah.
Oh, and and they just, everyone had like their different, and so, I literally went through this with 6 people.
Oh my God. Wow.
Did I give up? I felt like giving up. I like literally like by the time I'm done showing them what I need them to
Right.
do, for the 6th time, I might
Yeah.
as well have just gone in there and done this myself.
Yeah.
And, but I know that that's not what the universe wants for me. Like, I know that me programming all this stuff into my admin panel, and doing all of that stuff, that is not. So I just, I had the intention that I would find the right person, and I did. So
Ah,
now I
really
actually have people helping me, with that.
good. Good. Because you've got other things that you need to be working on than things like
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
I'm creating massive amounts of new content now that, it's
Right.
just so much amazing content is going to be in this app.
Now, as we've talked, and I've heard, heard other stuff about law of intention. I've heard a lot of different words.
Yeah.
And so, words like intention, alignment, um, and these kind of things in relationship to law of attraction. Can you kind of break those down for us? Explain those?
Yeah, definitely. Because I know there's a lot of words that they seem like they overlap. And so I'm just going to give you my definition on these things. So alignment is different from intention in that alignment is about aligning your thoughts and your feelings with the things that you want to manifest. It's about using your energy to focus on the positive aspects of what you want. And this is accomplished by visualizing and believing in the outcome, letting go of the resistance, and being in that state of allowing. So it's like aligning all the energies. Okay. Intention is about, setting that clear intention for what you want to manifest. It's about being specific. It's about being clear. It's about having the determination. It's about, setting that goal, taking the action, and believing in the outcome. So where they tend to overlap between intention setting and getting yourself into alignment is it's all, they tend to meet at the whole belief in the outcome. When you intend for something, you believe that's going to happen. When you're aligning for something, you need to you need to align your energy with believing that it's going to happen. But the action of aligning is more like a energy thing, and the action of intending is a little bit more of your thoughts and your actions.
Gotcha. I gotta think, this is going to take some energy. And for some people, it might take a lot of energy. It might take a lot of work. Some people, maybe not so much because they're already in a pretty good place. But for some people, if they're really down and out right now and have a terrible mindset and all this,
Mm-hmm.
can we make it worth their while? I mean, what are the benefits of using the law of attraction?
Oh my God. I mean, like just a whole better life.
Oh, okay.
I mean, when you use the law of attraction, when you intentionally, everyone's using the law of attraction, but when you intentionally use it, you realize that you are in control of your life, that you have responsibility and a say in how things turn out in your life. And so when you feel like you're running the show, ultimately, it's up to you. When you realize that you can manifest your dreams and your goals, then, you just feel happier. You have better, you have better health, you have better relationships, because you're coming from a different perspective. You're coming from, if it's to be, it's up to me, because
Ooh,
if it's to be, it's up to me. I have the power to create. I have the power to how I respond in this relationship. I have the power to change my health. I have the power to manifest abundance. I have the power to achieve success. I have the power to attract positive people. You're not stuck. You you have control. It's what you choose to focus on. And so it's really, I would say the benefits are limitless. It's just going to give you more empowering, healthy, happy, positive experience in your life.
I got to tell you, I had to write that one down. If it's to be, it's up to me. That is so good, so
And
succinct.
I didn't make that up. That came from somewhere. I don't remember where, because
Great.
you just pick up these things over
Right.
time.
Yeah, it's great. Um, so, what are some tips for harnessing the power of the law of attraction?
So, very similar to, so the law of attraction is like the sort of the mechanism for manifesting. And so the two very, very closely related. Manifesting is the actual, you know, um, doing it, but the law of attraction is how this actually does manifest. So the tips are very similar to manifesting. To use the law of attraction, you really want to start with a very clear intention. You want to use visualization, use the power of visualization, believe, raise your vibration, focus on the positive aspects of your life rather than the negative aspects of your life. Take inspired action toward achieving your goals and be grateful. We talked, I think, in the last episode, or yeah, was it the last episode, or we talked about being grateful for what you have. Or
It was
was
a
it
lot.
just, or
Maybe
was it just a few questions ago?
we talk about gratitude a lot, so it's
You know, you can't hear this stuff too much, right? I
so
mean,
true. Yeah,
you it's I think, and sometimes, I feel like, I'm saying the same thing in different ways, but you
yeah,
really, you need to hear it. You need to hear
you
it
do.
over and over again. You
Yeah,
need to apply it. You need to use these things. When today did you practice expressing gratitude for what you already have and what's
yeah.
coming to you as well?
I'm so grateful for this podcast right here. There you go.
There you go.
Um, but
Well, I'm
it's
so
so
grateful for having a wonderful co-host. There you go.
there you go. I got to tell you, I think the reason we have to be reminded is because we got so much other crap going on in our lives, right? I mean, we're thinking about the shopping list and the, picking up our spouse, and I mean all these things. We got to keep that message in there if we really want to stay focused on that law of attraction.
Yeah, you do. And there people we have a propensity as human beings for the negative. And so
Yeah,
that's why it's the same way as, I mean, we have a propensity for putting on weight if we don't
right.
work
Yeah,
out all the time, if we don't eat the right foods, and if we don't get enough sleep. We're not going to function as well. So we have to remind ourselves constantly to eat the right foods, to go to the gym, to, work out the right way, to get plenty of sleep, to meditate, to do all of the things. So the law of attraction, practicing that, keeping your mind in a positive, receptive state to manifest the life that you want. I mean, it's a very important thing, and it, we can really easily lose sight on it.
like I said, it's a really important thing. And I think one of the things that helps me so much, really, and I know it's one of those things that's kind of poo-pooed because it sounds silly, but I mean, really, affirmations. I mean, how can we use affirmations to manifest our desires? I mean, they really do work, people. If you haven't used them, they really do. Oh, well, and I will say, as we talked about before, this episode or the other one, positive affirmations, because we're
Mhm.
probably all giving ourselves negative affirmations.
Yeah. Yeah. So affirmations is just affirming something, to be true. And so we definitely
Yeah.
want to start by creating affirmations that work. Affirmations of positive statements that can help us to manifest our desires. So once we know what it is that we want to manifest, get our intention clear on that, get our desire clear, then we can make some, positive statements to express that desire. So you want to make sure that your affirmations are in present tense and that they are positive and they feel good. We want to, write down our we can use our affirmations in various different ways. I find that writing is one of the most powerful things. You can speak your affirmations. You can write your affirmations. You can just throughout the day casually repeat your affirmations throughout, each day. You want to believe in your affirmations, and you want to focus on that these affirmations are already happening and true in this present moment. So those are just a few tips on, really, creating, of using affirmations and, keeping them short. Sometimes people will write these very, very long affirmations that are hard to remember. So we want to create affirmations that are very memorable, And the whole point behind affirmations are to really to me, it's about the feeling. It's about just constantly putting yourself back into that feeling state. So you got to make sure that those affirmations feel good. And then it's also just about reminding you of what it is that you're going for. It's just a constant reminder. Like, oh yeah, I'm going for this dream, and this is important to me and I can do this.
Hey, this one right here is freaking awesome. Though, I mean, for an affirmation, guys, if you're, I know a lot of people that need to hear this one. If it's to be, it's up to me. That is a great one. Write that one down, folks. Start
Isn't that
saying that.
great? If it's to be,
It's
it's up
so
to
good.
me.
And so many people think that, that it's everybody else's fault. It's their upbringing, it's the government, it's their neighbor and their boss and all these things, when really, ultimately, you're the common denominator. So, get on it, people.
Yeah, for sure.
I needed to learn that myself. So, and as we've talked about, it can be a long process. This using the law of attraction. How can we stay motivated while we're working on manifesting those dreams?
Yeah, it's very important that we, keep that motivation high, keep our focus up. I think the biggest thing to keep you motivated is remember why, just remember your why. Why did you want this in the first place? What was the initial cause that got you interested in this, desire? What is it going to bring about? What is it going to mean for you? What are the benefits of having this? Like, how is this going to change your life? Who else might benefit, from this happening? I
Mm,
think sometimes when you make your manifestation all about you, there's not enough power
mm,
in that. And so if you make your manifestation mean that, like, my manifestation about this app, I mean, this is changing in my mind, it's going to change millions, if not billions of lives. It's not just
yeah.
me, and I mean, I get positive feedback all the time over my HypnoCloud app. And that one I'm barely even promoting anymore. This now, because, it's like exactly how I want it. This is going to change and affect millions and hopefully billions of lives. So, and then being grateful, and saying those affirmations on a continual basis. That's going to be a constant reminder for you. Oh yeah, this is important to me. I want this. Why do I want this? Taking that action creates even more fuel to take even more action. It's that momentum. Once, something in motion stays in motion. And so if you continue to just take little steps, even if you don't feel like it, you will feel like it. It's the same, like, I've been going to Orange Theory now for about 3 months. And I can't tell you one day that I've ever actually been excited about going before
Yeah.
going. Maybe the first day I was a little
Yeah.
excited about going, but it's a hard workout. It's intense. And you know that you're in for something intense. You're going to put your body through a little bit of hell. But also can't tell you one day that I have gone that, I didn't feel amazing after I
Oh,
got done, I mean, so amazing. And so, I just kind of tap into that, like, future, of being done with it. And so that's, just another way to stay motivated, is just tapping into that future of what you're going to get, after taking this action and sticking with the program.
yeah. You'll never regret a workout. That's for sure. Almost never.
Yeah.
Pull a hammy, but yeah, that is the one thing I always remember. You won't regret it. If you do this, you will not regret it. You will be glad you did it. So, um, you know,
Yeah.
so there might be some people thinking out there, could I screw this up? Could I make mistakes? What can I do to maybe not make mistakes, or what are some mistakes people make?
So one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they still don't quite get the difference between, I mean, they still are not totally all in
Yeah.
on focusing on what they want. They're still clinging to looking at the reality right now of the situation, of the lack of what they have. So we've got to be all in on focusing on what we do want rather than the lack of what we want. And another mistake that people make is just getting too attached to the outcome. So there's a difference between having a desire and being attached to that desire. You can have both, I mean, you can have the desire and you can be detached from it at the same time. You can
Mm.
say, I want this and I'm open to something even better coming along. And so, or, I'm open to allowing this to happen in the right time for me. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it's not happening. And the attachment to it really is coming from a place of scarcity, it's coming from a place of fear, doubt, lack, all of that. So that's why we want to fill ourselves up with the joy and the positive feelings and the happiness so we don't have to worry about, well, what if this doesn't happen? You can be okay right now while you're in pursuit of your dreams. And, just another mistake that people make is just not taking any action, like waiting for something to happen outside of themselves that, it's like the universe is just going to bring this to me. Well, no, the universe isn't going to bring this to you. The universe is sending you inspiration, ideas, insight, creativity. You got to be the one, you got to go pick it up. It's waiting for you.
Yeah.
But you gotta go pick it up. And, just, allowing themselves to get caught up and focusing on, negative thoughts, negative feelings. Just, oh, it's not happening. This never happens, and then just kind of getting themselves caught up in this negative thinking and, or just flat out giving up. That's probably the biggest mistake that you could ever make is just giving up because just like the, 3 feet from gold. I mean, the guy in the, Think and Grow Rich that was, he kept digging and digging and digging, and then he wasn't finding any gold. And then, somebody else came along, and it turns out that if he would have just gone slightly in another direction, he would have found the gold. And he was like 3 feet from gold. You know, we're, where's where are you 3 feet from gold? As soon as you give up, that's it. You have no opportunity, no chance to succeed. And again, giving up is not synonymous with detaching. Detaching doesn't mean that you're giving up. It just means that you're letting go of the how and the when and being open and broadening your focus on the different ways that this could come about for you.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Victoria, we covered a lot of stuff.
we
Do you
did.
want to kind of recap for us? Make sure we don't miss anything.
Yeah. So, getting back to what the law of attraction is, law of attraction is a universal law that states that whatever we focus on in our lives, we attract into our lives. And it's based on the belief that our thoughts create our reality and that positive thinking is going to attract positive things into our lives. And the power of intention is the power to create and manifest what we desire in our lives. The law of attraction works by focusing on positive thoughts and feelings, which help to attract positive experiences and circumstances in our lives. And so, in order to use the law of attraction, you got to start with a clear intention. You got to visualize the desired outcome that you want. You got to raise your vibration. You got to take inspired action. And it's important to, express gratitude. And also, we talked about staying motivated and how we can, stay motivated through continuing to practice our affirmations, gratitude, visualization, and finally just avoiding the pitfalls that many people can fall into of, just becoming too attached, not taking action, giving up, and, giving into the negative thoughts and the feelings. So once again, I want to thank you all for tuning into the Power of Your Mind podcast, and hope you found it informative and inspiring. Please share this podcast with your friends and your family. Subscribe, leave us a review, and tune in next week for another inspiring episode. And until then, keep using the power of your mind to reach your goals and live your best life of abundance and joy.